The body has vanished.
His tomb is empty.
Where has he gone?
You tell me.
Already they're proclaiming him risen from death.
Risen tells the story of the resurrection, but through a perspective that gives the movie the vibe of a detective story.
I love that this is like 48 hours mixed with a Bible story all together. I just love the storyline here.
Yeah, well, Sheba, I think that was the big attraction for me. The hook was a narrative that I've grown up with and is dear to so many across the world. But coming at it at an angle that we haven't seen before, the eyes of a non-believer, in this case, Clavius, a Roman military tribune.
And talk about being on the edge of your seat. The movie kicks off with this intense battle scene with the Roman army, and Joseph Fiennes says it took work to pull it off.
A lot of training. As you can see, I'm not built like those guys were built. So I went off to Rome. I met with these wonderful guys who are gladiators, and I went to gladiator school, essentially.
Wow.
I got knocked up for a week. And
Who
then,
knew that even existed?
Yeah, exactly. Well, it does. And there's these amazing guys. They go around Europe in amphitheaters.
And here's the inside scoop. Fiennes didn't talk with his co-star Cliff Curtis at all, unless they were filming.
It was necessary not to dissipate energy and to keep an energy and a chemistry and save it for the camera. So the first moment we ever really met was on the rock, I think, in the desert, when that was the first time we ever spoke to each other. And you try to preserve it for that one take or two takes, and then it disappears. But it's preserving the chemistry. Curtis
plays Jesus, who's referred to as Yeshua in the film. Now, his character doesn't have much dialogue, but he did need to be in a certain mindset for the role.
Took a vow of silence and preparation.
Oh, wow. And
throughout the shoot, I was as silent for as much as possible. There were, I would take Sundays off and we would get together with the apostles and have little sessions.
And that crucifixion scene was shot in Malta over 4 humid 90-degree days. Through the filming, Curtis found something in his character that he hopes viewers will take home too.
Somebody who doesn't want anything from this world, doesn't want anything from anybody else, and just wants to live and love. That does sound otherworldly. Does that sound like how we live today?
No, absolutely not.
Maybe more interested in our phones and our cars than we are in love, or how to love each other.
And Fiennes' character does start to detach himself from the violent world that he knows and undergoes a major transformation in the movie.
And so who do you want this movie to be for, the believers and the non-believers?
Both. This is the type of movie that both can sit down. It's not revisionist and it's not Sunday school. It's intelligent, it's true to scripture, but also it's a cinematic creative feast, so both can watch.